Hello dear students, welcome. This is Jocelyn here. Today I am going to continue The Boy Who Sold Wisdom. In first and second part, we have learned that Nagendra, an orphan, set up a shop and he sold wisdom. Okay, you know very well that wisdom is not a thing like vegetable or fruit. Alright dear students, it is a quality. Okay, remember Nagendra was an orphan, moreover he was unemployed. Okay, so for his livelihood he set up this business, the business of selling wisdom. Many people mocked at him, they teased him because they could not find anything in his shop. But Nagendra was extremely patient. Okay, he had learned a lot of knowledge from his father by watching his father. Okay, from his father he had gained a lot of wisdom and he wanted to sell them. One day it happened that a boy called Babu visited his shop and purchased a wisdom for a nickel. Okay, but Babu's father Gupta was not happy with this, with his son's attitude. So he stormed into Nagendra's shop and demanded Nagendra to return the money. And Nagendra returned the money after getting the document signed. What document? Document which mentioned that Gupta's son Babu should always stand and watch when two are fighting. Okay, one day it happened that, two maids of two queens, they visited the same shop and they wanted the same pumpkin. Okay, both started fighting for the same pumpkin. Okay, they fought so fiercely that the shopkeeper fled from that place. But Babu remembered the document signed by his father, which mentioned that he should always stand and watch when two were fighting. So he just stood he was standing nearby when these two maids were fighting, and he was watching these two maids fight. And both the maids wanted Babu to be their witness. Alright, so the two maids went to their queens and told what had happened, adding their colorful ideas. Okay, so they told what happened in the marketplace, and both the queens summoned means called Babu, and both the queens wanted Babu to stand by them. If he did not do so, his head would be chopped off. Babu was totally frightened, and he went and informed this matter to his father, who was also frightened. Then Babu gave an advice to his father to meet Nagendra to save them from that danger. So okay, he agreed, and Babu and Gupta both went to Nagendra and explained the situation, the problem. Okay, Nagendra immediately demanded 500 rupees to save them from the danger. Okay, Gupta paid him 500 rupees, and Nagendra gave a very valuable advice. Okay, what advice he gave? He advised Babu to pretend like an insane. Insane means mentally ill person, a mad person, and to behave as if he understood nothing when he was summoned to the court by the king. Alright, now let us continue what happens. Okay, see, next day the king called the witness. Who's the witness here? Babu. Okay, he and his minister asked Babu various questions, but he would not answer any of them. He merely babbled and uttered nonsensical syllables till the king lost his patience and drove him out of the courtroom. The witness was called. Next day, the witness was called to the court of kingdom. The king and minister asked several questions to Babu, but Babu did not answer to any of these questions. He behaved like a mad person. He babbled. Okay, he spoke in such a way that the king and minister did not understand anything. Okay, number of questions were asked, but he behaved like a mad fellow. He behaved as if he understood nothing. He started behaving like a mad fellow. So the king got angry and drove him out of the kingdom. Okay, see what happens here. Babu was delighted, extremely happy by the success of the ruse. Ruse means trick here. Babu was extremely happy because this was the trick which was given to him by, which was told to him by Nagendra to behave like a mad. And this trick worked out. This ruse trick worked out. So Babu was extremely happy. He told everyone about Nagendra's great wisdom, which soon became the buzzword in the marketplace. Buzzword means very important. Everyone started speaking about Nagendra's wisdom because Nagendra's wisdom saved Babu from a very difficult situation. In fact, he would have lost his life. Nagendra's wisdom saved the life of Babu, and Babu told this to many people. As soon as as a result, Nagendra became the buzzword, the important name in the entire market. Okay, dear students, let us see what happens next. Now Gupta was not pleased. Babu was happy, but Babu's father Gupta was not happy. See why? He saw that his son would have to feign. Feign means pretend. Madness always, or else the king would find out he had been tricked. He would certainly chop off his son's head if he found out. Chop means cut. See, Babu was extremely happy because his life was saved. But Babu's father Gupta was not happy. He knew that if king came to know this, that he was tricked, definitely he would kill his son. Okay, see what happens here. So back they went to Nagendra for more wisdom. Again they went to Nagendra to save from this difficult situation. What difficult situation? See, already Babu has behaved like a mad in the king's court, and king believed that Nagendra is a mad fellow. Sorry, Babu behaved like a mad in the king's court when he was summoned, and he has to behave like a mad fellow throughout his life. In case if the king came to know that he had tricked him, he would definitely chop his head off. So to get saved from this difficult situation, again Babu and Gupta went to Nagendra. See what Nagendra did. For another 500 rupees, Nagendra advised them, go back to the king when he is in a good mood and tell him the whole story. He will find it amusing and will forgive you. But make sure he is in a good mood of laughter. He is in a mood of laughter. So Nagendra advised Babu and his father Gupta to go and meet the king when he is in a good mood and explain the situation. The king would definitely pardon them. Okay, see, the condition is the king should be in a good mood. When the king is in a good mood, they should go and explain whatever had happened. Okay, see. And so Babu followed the advice, found the king in a merry mood. Merry mood means good mood, and told him the story. The king laughed a lot and forgave him. Again, this idea also worked. This knowledge, this wisdom also worked. Babu went to the king. When the king was in a good mood, he told the whole story. The king started laughing like a mad. He was extremely happy, and so he excused Babu. So in this way, two valuable advices of Nagendra saved Babu's life. Okay, these two advices saved Babu from danger. Got the point, dear students? See what happens next. Then the king, who was intrigued by what he had heard of Nagendra in the market, sent for him and asked if he had any more wisdom to sell. The king was intrigued. Intrigued means he got an interest in this person, in this boy, that is Nagendra, because the whole market, the whole town was speaking about Nagendra's wisdom. He called Nagendra to his court one day, and the king demanded if there is any wisdom for him, for the king himself. See what Nagendra said? The boy said, of course, I have plenty to sell, especially to a king. He said, yes, I have plenty. I have a lot of knowledge to sell, especially for a king. But my fee would be 1,00,000. See, from 500 rupees, now he jumped to 1,00,000 rupees, 100,000 rupees. See, 100,000 rupees, he said. The king paid in the 100,000 and the boy gave him a piece of paper on which he had written, "Think deeply before you do anything." He collected 1 lakh rupee, 100,000 rupees from the king, and on a piece of paper he wrote this: "Think deeply before you do anything." For 1 lakh rupee, he gave this advice. How this little advice helped, saved the life of king. See, the king was so delighted with the advice that he made it his motto. See, he made his motto, slogan. Okay, he had it embroidered. Embroidered means decorated. Okay, see, he had it embroidered on his pillows. He got it embroidered. Embroidery work on the clothes. Okay, yeah, he got it embroidered on his pillows and engraved on his cups and plates so that he would not forget it. In order not to forget the advice, he got it embroidered and engraved everywhere. On the plates, glass, pillows, everywhere he got it embroidered and engraved. See what happens. Some months later, the king fell ill. After many days, after some months, one day the king fell ill. The minister and one of the queens had been conspiring to get rid of him. Conspiring means make an ill plan, make a wicked plan to kill him. So they bribed the doctor and persuaded means forced him to poison the king's medicine. They gave some money, bribe. They bribed the doctor and forced the doctor to give poison to the king while treating him. See what happens here. When the medicine was brought to the king and he lifted the golden cups to his lips, he read the words engraved on it: "Think deeply before you do anything." Remember, this advice of Nagendra had become the motto of the king, right? So the king one day had fell ill. Okay, he was completely unwell. A doctor was called. In fact, the doctor was called by one of his queens. One of his queens and minister wanted to kill the king by giving poison. Okay, so they bribed a doctor. Okay, and they demanded the doctor to put poison in the medicine. The doctor put poison in the medicine. He gave it to the king. Okay, the king lifted. See, the king, when the medicine was brought to the king, he lifted that medicine, that golden cup. In that golden cup, medicine and poison. The medicine with poison was already put by the doctor. The king lifted the golden cup. Okay, and he did not drink even. See, he read the words engraved on it. He lifted the golden cup to drink. If the king had drunk the medicine from that cup, he would have definitely died. But what the king did was, before drinking that medicine, he just looked because I told you, he had got it engraved on the cup, saucers and plates. Think deeply before you act. This advice. See, without suspecting anything, the king did not suspect. He did not doubt anything. Without suspecting anything, he thought about the words, lowered the cup and looked at the medicine in it. See, the doctor brought medicine in a golden cup. This was not just a medicine. This medicine also contained poison. If the king had drunk the medicine, the king would have definitely died. But before drinking, the king lifted the golden cup. Before drinking, he looked into the cup. He saw the words, "Think deeply before you do anything." As soon as he saw the words, he put the saucer down. Remember, the king did not know that the cup contained poison. He just simply put the cup down. He was thinking about the words of Nagendra. Meanwhile, see what happened? The doctor who was watching all this felt nervous. The doctor felt nervous because the doctor thought that the king had come to know that the cup contained poison. See what the doctor did? His guilty conscience, he had a very guilty conscience, made him believe that the king had guessed that his medicine had been poisoned. While the king was thinking, the doctor threw himself at his feet and confessed to everything and prayed to be forgiven. But the king ordered that the doctor must be arrested. Then he sent for the minister and the queen and insisted that they drink the poison in his cup. They too fell at his feet and begged for mercy. Doctor was watching all these things. The king lifted the cup. He noticed the words, "Think deeply before you do anything." He put the cup down. but the doctor thought that the king had come to know that that medicine contained poison. Okay, the doctor fell at the feet of the king and told everything, that the medicine has been poisoned, and requested the king to pardon, excuse him. But the king ordered the soldiers to arrest the doctor, and immediately he arrested his queen who conspired to kill him, okay, and also the minister, and demanded the queen and the minister to drink the poison. See what they did? They too fell at his feet and begged for mercy. He ordered them to be hanged. Both the king and the queen and the minister who conspired to kill the king, they fell at the feet and they too begged mercy, but the king did not show any mercy. He ordered the soldiers to hang them, okay, and he banished the doctor from his kingdom. Banished means he sent the doctor away from his kingdom. He told the doctor not to be seen in his kingdom. He banished the doctor. He made Nagendra his minister and honored him with wealth. Remember, his Nagendra's advice helped the king. If Nagendra had not given that advice, the king would have drunk the medicine and would have died. But Nagendra's advice saved the life of the king. He hanged his queen and the minister and banished the doctor from his kingdom. He immediately called Nagendra and made Nagendra his minister and gave him a lot of wealth. Okay, dear students, in this way, an orphan, Nagendra, through his intellectual capacity, wisdom, became the minister of a kingdom, the prime minister of a kingdom. So dear students, if you are wise, definitely you too can enjoy a lot of merits, advantages. And wisdom is not a simple thing. It comes through knowledge and experience. So dear students, gain a lot of knowledge. It is the time to gain a lot of knowledge. Okay, and definitely this knowledge, what you get every day, along with some good and bad experiences, will definitely make you wise. Okay, so try to be wise, because wisdom will definitely help you in any situation. Okay, I hope you might have understood this lesson. Read the lesson once again, watch all the 3 parts, okay, and try to be wise throughout your life. All the best, dear students. Don't go out. Please stay home, stay safe. I'll be back soon with one more topic. Take care.